Hello once again. Something wrong. Didn't have permission from YouTube. Didn't have the right broadcasting information. So I'll just go on here because we're building a nation. It's a nascent. It's a Nazi. That's what's nascent in our consciousness. Um, so we've been following along. Um, so I'll do a recap to start all that stuff, the pieces for Facebook tomorrow on the Wednesday. So we can put in all the pieces, but if you've been following along so far, we'll just pick up where we left off. I see people wanting to petition, to protest, to riot. Just let those words rest with them for a minute. What would your Yoda think about them? You know, what's a little petite of God? Is that what you want to be? The little petite on the cross of Ion? No? Sign a petition. It proves that you don't really want to take control of your ark. Protest. What's a contest? Con. It's a test of the heart. Remember that the con. Oh, is that against me? It's a con. Yeah, because you're a child. Seeing con as you're something against you, because you think it's just you out there. That's the show. The shadows on the wall, right? So what's the protest? It wants you to protest for your man, right? Protest. But if you're out there protesting for the show to do what you need to do in here, that's your lesson. It's on the show. That's what the show's for. This is a game board. And each piece is your clue. So we're getting the 9 back in town. We've little 3s down here walking around, right? Afraid. Or not coming afraid. Your spirit and your soul, and now your body. So you're not. The fascia. When the 3 finds the 3, now it knows it's looking at a mirror. You know, look at your face in the water. That's what we're taking as our reality. It's you. That whole show out there is you. The facets of your brain that your God put in you to interact with that show. It's a show. Protesters came in every city. Well, if you're still asking your government that's out there to do it for you, what you need to do in here, it'll just keep showing you until you get it. If you happen to die during this time, what does it do? It's all in the songs. What's the stone that the builder refused? The architect. The real architect. It wants you to step up. It's playing the Hegelian dialectic with you from the 9 for the child. It's putting the 7s and 8s there, the shadows, to create the problem. Yeah, the government is the problem because it's out in there. Because you're the child watching those shadows. And once you're captain, take control of your ship. The white light. The white and the black people. Come on, man. Keep looking. Whatever is alive around you, just look at it in the eye, through the pupil. See your reflection. That's you. That's what we forgot. That's why we break the law. You can break the law down here in the 4D because it's not really, it's a hologram projection. Right? Cain killed Abel. So now Cain doesn't know, left hand doesn't know what it's doing. That's a child. The energy that's coming is that white light in the Colosseum. Your Colosseum is populated with shadows right now. But they're just perfect clues, you know. Look for the 7s and 8s. My sister put up a picture of the show. And right there, 7, 8 in the end. Where's the energy going to go? A riot. Riot. Well, it's many things. You go see it, you're like, man, that show was a riot. You know, it was an up. Like, yeah. You know, it was successful. But riot, you know, it's a twine. It's intercourse. It's a riot. Not, you know, it's a roar. So the riot is for us. That's when they're out there rioting for us. That's the riot. It's supposed to be us doing that rioting in our hearts. Stay home. You know, they're gonna make it pretty scary. Like, until you get it, I'm here to tell you what that real message is. I'm not free. All the curfews. Well, what's a curfew? You call your heart for a few. It's hours. Are your hours yours? right? It's your God in you playing the cartoons to tune up your heart. It's still cartoons. You watch cartoons as a child, but you're still a child. Your grandparents are children because they haven't seen that that's the 33. The 3 is watching the 3. Your 3, your Trinity, is in everything else that has a soul and a spirit out here. That's breaking the law when you hurt it. You put it in a zoo. You kill it and eat it. That's you. You're doing that to you. That's what the all-seeing eye records and what it sees. So what you think might be your problem out there that's for you to figure out. That's your lesson as a child. Could it be any more connected, right? There's sports. Your 9 doesn't want anything for you to think about other than going inside, because you've been denying you're a maker out here on the set in Samadhi. You said Samadhi is better than where you came from. It's now come time for it to remind you. You think this is the real life out there. So you put something in its place, and it's the projection. So it doesn't want you to be distracted from any other entertainment. It's the one message right here in the moment that it's giving you. If you want to heal, the healing frequencies are coming in, right? 9 is here. The 9, 10, the 10. It's the COVID-19. It's our covenant of the golden fleece, the thread. The golden fleece through C19 connects you through your vertebrae to your heart. That's where the love is. That's what it's for. So get your 4s turned around, right? Everything's upside down here because it's reflected. The perfect love in your heart. What are you feeling there now? When you see, it'll just go off the hook, right? I just like, whoa, that's a pretty good one, But will you go along with it? Is that you? Is that your common man? Facebook, YouTube, it's the tube for you, the real you. They want to know who's you. Are you just a body, 2 arms and a body? Sort of got the ring, but you took your you and you went right back to the same level in your whole life? Is that you? Or are you the EWE, the palindrome, front to back? Because that's your 3 angles, 3 looking at 3. So that's the law. Might just not as obvious here, but that's what the all-seeing eye is seeing. So have no fear, right? Fear and love, they compete. But you're God. God is a pure, loving God. That's what you are. It's just calling it out. To step up from the 3, become the 6, the man, 66666 over and over. That's what it is. That's your sign. Every symbol and sign now, that's our sign. We know what's going on. COVID-19, hell yeah. Where's my golden fleece? We'll see it on the Facebook. Let's make it more obvious. Give it through the YouTube channels. That's what it's for. That'll be the proof, right? Like, YouTube censored it, right? Because you still think there's a they. That's not for you. They're pulling that stuff down because it's already known among us. Well, yeah. The who? The real who? It's all the same. It's telling you. It wants to know who are you? Who made you? Who made who? Right? ACDs. Electricity. The electric show for a child is in the cave. It has to be incubated. I ask that, like, sometimes, man, that's a hell of it's a lot to ask. Because you're up to the task. That's what I got back. So we have the tools now. 5G towers. We're that tower. You're the tuning fork of the king. That's what it's for. A fork. Take the love in your heart. Put that in your forehead. Now you got the mark. That's the mark of the beast. That's the mark where you take the mark of the beast. So, well, how do we teach the children? Do it for themselves. You can do it right now. But you got to get your ring connected. That's the only way they get into your chamber, right? It's being projected, and you think it's real. Oh, goblins and shadows. That's good for the children to watch, to learn. But You just didn't know that when you became adult. You were adult. You're still a child. You don't question that. Go see what the legal system has to say about that. Legal is the undoing of God's law. What is that? Do no harm. Do unto others. That's all you have to do. But seek it now in your chest. Go home. Curfew. So you can identify that. That is the message. If you're feeling bad being persecuted, you are. The persecution that is for you to correct it, right? It's the correction. The core to erect of iron. That's the correction. It's asking you for it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just ask it. And say you are committed that you will not break the law. That's how compassionate and gracious your God is. It's pure love. Just waiting for you to step up. Become that to heal everyone around you. So whatever energy blocks you might have with those, that's what it's wants you to complete your ring, so you can ring for it to come down. It's just vibrations, right? 783 is Earth's vibration, because all the threes are the children watching the 7 and 8 show, Simpsons, and the maths. Covered a lot of that. Oh, they burned down City Hall. Well, what is that for you? Did you need your City Hall out there on the set? That's your message. You didn't, that City Hall, because the real City Hall is right there. That's what you got, was given to you. But you've been on the set long enough now. There's someone actually telling you what it is. The Simps can't tell you that. They just give symbols, clues for you. So we're deciphering those symbols. It's a cipher, 0, a ring. That's what all these movies mean. It's all about the ring. You know, everything's just a fractal. The ring on your finger is the same as the ring in the heavens. It's connected. It all comes from everything else, down through the light waves. Every movie, what is it? Who's at the top of all this? An old white guy. The old white light. It's always been there. It's all the colors. It's white. So you say, oh, white people. You're trying to. There are no white people. There's just beams. There's just golden thread, and scattered, and animals everywhere. You know, that's just a skin test. Come on, people. If you don't see you in anything, it's the system testing you. They made the whole racial. It was another test from the acting guild. Well, convince them that they're different colors of people. That's all being revealed right now. 2020, the copyright. You know, they asked me, do you have the copyright? That's a good question. I'm glad that that's there, because I didn't before. I didn't know what it. But now that I've got the light, you know, there's no more somebody else. They are not letting me put up, you know. See, why are they censoring some of that stuff? Because it's just spreading fears. Children on children. We figured it out. Yeah, they're 30. It's all connected. It's one big stage. Just be more obvious. I mean, the sports and the news and the movies, it's all connected. It's for you to connect those dots. That's your acting guild. That's protecting the kingdom from you, the child, that's breaking the law. Nothing to be mad about there. It has to be there. Perfect. You designed it. You just don't remember it yet. Clues everywhere. I watch these myself, like usually 2 more times, because I'll see stuff coming through that I didn't pick up. I'm not, sometimes not even in my mind, right? I've had all those experiences where, yeah, something else is being transmitted. That's transmissive ion. Right? But 5,000, Carl Sagan, right? He's a meth. He's probably been reassigned. But the fraternity house that asked him over for dinner, he said $5,000. But I said that in the video, and then I saw it. That's the 5,000. That's your 5,000 Facebook friends. That's what that exists for. It's designed in your diamond. How many windows do you have there that you can interact with? 5,000. That's why that is that number for Facebook. They'll say, well, is there only 5,000 people? They said, no, you have your 5,000 because you're a beacon, a tuning fork. Right? So now, with the 5G towers that we requested, put up from on high to work with, we have to have our tools because we have to reach every corner of the interweb. There's no new technology. It tells you nothing new under the sun, but it was just laid out for us to prepare us for our play, this act. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I finished that one, but yeah, if you die a child, what happens? You're the stone that the builder refused, and it shall be the first cornerstone. That means just give another chance. It's the frequency fund. It's free coins. You put those in the arcade. That part never ends. But it's in Bob Marley was a sin. It's all right. Be glad for that because it was for you. It's a part of you. You're like, yeah, I like that. I like that message. All of them. All your iconic rock stars they're just playing their roles, and the keys are in there. It's going to be all these big fear cards coming at you. Oh, are you going to take the bait, right? Which way will your sail blow? Your sail, that's your four. The winds, that's a product of collective consciousness. You have control over the weather, of course. But not as children. You're being buffeted by the wind because you think it's outside of you. You think your creator would really, it's that powerful? Now you're seeing what it's made here. Now we're starting to understand it. I did 2008, I found Alex Jones, who used to be Bill Hicks, who even told you then, it's a choice between fear and love. They are telling you the truth. He just his role was done there. But I took the fear bait. My buddy and I went out to the country to homestead. But it was in fear. We were afraid of the system. Well, how do I get out of this shit? Right here. This message is in your ear. That's for you. Start making your own nation around you. There's no fear here. To tell those who are, those are the children you need to help, the ones that are freaking out. Your truth friends that are still freaking out. It's time to cross the bridge, to reconnect the Abel with the Cain, who's down here sinning, breaking the law. It's the only place it can happen here, in the hologram. Read your mind. It's your playground. We're in a sandbox. Always happening. Just different stages. The Bible, the Old Testament, that was the mind thinking out all of its creations to get them perfect, so it could change the curtain scene, and then put that into the new. It's all about your will. What will you do? It's all in the language. The whole game. Oh, it just seems so big, and every vowel that hums, just listen to it. It'll tell you. What's the point? Just be the Yoda. What does Yoda do? Flat line, right? What's on the plane? The energy body leaves the clay. It goes flat line, right? It's the alpha and the omega to start again on the frequencies all around. That's how it's connected. That's the ring. When you find your attention being drawn to like, oh wow, what do you do when you drive by a car crash? What comes out? That's your God. It's on. It wants to see how it happened. See how this goes down. What went down? What did I do? That's why it's interested in that. That's you. You know, collecting information. So if there's the craziness, the light show is going to like go start tweaking, right? Because the new projector, the orchestrator, the architect is coming down now to turn the child into the man, to the six that it was meant to be. We've been 40 years here, scattered, 10 generations. So that's what it will do, because you already know that. Because it wants to see the ones that, like, how ridiculous does it have to become before you get the message? You know? My children, you know, they're pulling their fingernails out now. You still gonna blame that on the government? Nothing they do makes sense. That's just for you to start making sense. That what you've been doing is abandoning your ark, your temple. They close small businesses, busyness. Well, what's going on there? Could you have been breaking the law by having your small business that you were always worried about, that you were spending all your time at to get money to buy things in samadhi? Was there a small child there that saw that and it felt abandoned because you cared about that more than its heart, right? So Amazon is going to step in because you need big brother, you need a big daddy, because you abandoned your duty that you were appointed to live as a man. Your government is not out on the land. That's what it represents. You're your own island, your own flag. Flag. But the real flag is all the colors. So that's our symbol now, the rainbow. Each of those colors, you know, look at your chakras. Red's where it starts. What is the one at the top? What does that color mean? Is anybody in that one? Anybody in that one? It all has meaning for us now. That we know it's just a fractal pattern. From what? Where's my God? You can't just come down and tell you, because it is you. Wanting you to be it, you know. Asking you to step up. That's a step parent. The simps and the mass are your step parents. Because they're here stepping in for you. Because you didn't know how to run your shit. That's why you get all this stuff. And you were breaking the law. So you get the legal system for that. So try to figure it out, you know. Because now you know the law. You have the one law with you. And the frequencies, it doesn't lie. Because it knows what it's for. It flows to where the fear is. The people that just go right back to, I just want to go out and drink beers with my friends. But what are you neglecting there? You know? It wants you to learn the one lesson. You might hurt somebody's feelings. Just that. You know? Because you're an asshole. Well, that's breaking the law. Part of it, you know, that's because that's you in them. The only reason we resonate to see someone in this realm is because we're at the same frequencies. So examine anything in your life that might be holding you back, that your ring is, you know, needs to be wrung out, right? Bring that water out. Go into your high spot. Look down. You can take you at any age and just ask it what it felt. That's what's hidden maybe in your ring, your subconscious. It's kind of interesting how it all ties together, because the comedian Ali G, you know, technology, great simp. It's one of my favorite simps, right? Because it's part of your head. It was telling you things. You were telling yourself, but just through the child projector in the cave, the kidney, so you could be incubated until you were ready. You know, right? It's like, because you look all around, it's set. You might think, well, that's all there is. Just get old and die, right? But I kept looking at the tombstones and doing the numbers, you know, not like they put your bank account number on the tombstone, right? It's not about that. So if you think you need money for something that's going to hurt somebody, yeah, it is the root of all evil. But if you ask for money because it's energy and your intentions are pure to help the ones that are suffering, the part of you that is them, that is suffering in them, then the money will flow. It's where the energy flows. But if you got, you put money above your real duties, that's what's being revealed. Or any other accolades out there. That's not your real God. It doesn't really ever bring you pleasure. You're just in a bigger house now. There's nobody there. Is that really the point of it all? But Ali, whatever his real name is, he's related to a British psychologist I used to be into when I was into that, Robin Dunbar. The names are even, of course, perfect. But in the academic setting, the egghead, right? Eggheads are the worst. Or not the worst, but they wanted to learn, but they got caught. And now they're just repeating because they wanted status and money. They don't know what they're doing. But his was that we only have 500, not even 5,000. So that's even dumb. It took off a lot of people there. He said, you can only have 500 friends. Really? Really? We're the AI. We're the most sensitive technology ever existed. God is using that to make sure it gets to your heart now. It's going to have you at home. It's going to be looking at you through that screen. Because it wants to look in your heart until you get it. It's not doing that to you to punish you. That's God telling you, look into you. Think about the technologies. It's beyond our little perspective down here, but we're still God because we're nines. We're just at the 3 stage. So learn to embrace the technology. You actually requested it, right? Because we need it. Find out who's who and be connected. So that's the proof in the pudding. Patriot Act. If you want to break them down, it's in the sports. Patriot Bill, 9/11. It's too well coordinated, right? There's nothing to be afraid of. You just got to find the magic. Find out where the pole air is at, Polaris. What's that star? Never moves. What's its role? We can start going into these areas now and ask kings. We're asking the questions. It all starts to make sense, right? If you have any questions, Quest of Ions. Right. God is telling you in every layer. If you think there's an expert in anything, you've given away the power of God in you, right? Like every language. Oh, there's different languages, but they're all the same. Every field is just a fractal, and they all have the same meanings. Take your anatomy of your body and map it to your car, to a flower, a tree, anything. It's all right there. So we've incubated. We know. We were always asking questions. I mean, these people that are just wearing masks, they maybe never even thought of this. Were they a part of the test? I did. It's like, you're astonished, but you're not the real astonishment, It's in the Bible too. It's like right up to the end. You're like, you might still be watching the shadows until you get it. It's like, did that really happen? Is God's mind capable of anything? Probably. The fallen angels came down. You're trying to figure out who's who and when did it happen? Where's the timeline? And that's a child's game. Children ask those questions. Whatever is in the past is in the future. Is the present. Did something mix its blood in with us here to test us here? Is there something negative here in the film? The Rhea? RH positive and RH negative. It's a mirror. God's first thought from the singularity is the mind. I mean, the mind is everything, but it's pure black, right? But then energy, to the left and to the right, positive and negative, the yin and the yang. So now the mind can affect the energy and play with it. That's you doing that. But you're in the New Testament. Like those, you can go re-experience all those stages of thought as they work themselves out into you to play this game. That's part of the real play, right? We're just watching the child. That's for the child's play. Going to the movies and boy, I'm glad life's not like that. You go back to your real world, not realizing what you're doing. That movie was a message for you, and it's everywhere. Every single little thing, you know. And it's just, you know, I don't like read newspapers or anything, but if you just pay attention right in that moment, it's right there. It's pretty wild. So I don't even, so we're feeling it go away, right? Like, because you get sick of it. God loves his children. It's not going to torture you, you know. The haunted house, it's still a play. But it's kind of funny to get on the other side. Because you've been 9, you've been in 8, 7, all of this stuff. The 9, you know, the 8 and 7, whatever the actors have been cued to do, put yourself up there. There's no fear there. It's just that 9 vibrating down, you know, until you get it. Connect that. But for this realm, just, and if we all said it said if we make a commitment, right? Hey, I want to stop breaking the law. Show me what it is, and it will. Because you want to do stuff from the purity of your heart. You're tired of being tormented down here in the shadows on the wall, right? So you want to, right, get your chambers. The white light is going to shine the light. Flip the lights on in the attic. Why do you still think there are races? I had to hold on to that one. I was like, damn, that's pretty good. That got down in there deep, man. It really made me search myself. Yeah, that's what it was for. So, white people and black people, you're stuck. You're stuck. If you can't even see that people are the golden fleas, what about the animals, the farmers? We've got to get back our food supply. Well, what is this crazy thing that we don't know what's going on doing? Pay attention to that, because that's part of it. It will correct itself. It does in these times, because the 969, 963 show, there's no bullshit. That's what built all the amazing buildings, because it knew shit. It knew how to heal itself with frequencies, right? That's the real shit. Sailing. Who built this then and when? Well, it was a different frequency, right? The golden age, well, yeah. It's a cyclic, right? It's a cycle. So you've chose the rock star down here for your role. If you didn't have one, or you haven't found what it is yet, don't worry, because it will come. It might be just listening to this, to get this message. Because I've never spoken before, right? You learn. I had my learning time to figure out what I was being told. That the simps and the sets, your cartoon, was actually tuning up your car, your heart, the whole time. So I would have these pieces to shine, right, to resonate, be that tuning fork in your ear. So every time that light comes in, it's not just one instantaneous. That's what a child would be. That's what they're waiting on. They're waiting on someone to tell them what to do. So they'll probably put blue beam project that out in the sky just to see if I don't know. Aliens are coming. So let's get ready for when the real all be in, so we know what it is. Because we might have to help those children because they've lost their minds. That's one scenario I've seen. You were just, they're done. You see it now with like the liberal. Look what liberty. Look what that's all about, really. Because now you're not just a child with. Then you know that it's in a hot projection. There's a good story for the children, and there's a real story for the projection. But we were stuck in like, oh, it's that evil cabal out there. It's separate from me, but it's not. Because now we have the third, we got the three. So we have our own Hegelian dialectic of where we want this to go to. But everyone just wants to go back to doing what they were doing. That was the problem. That was the test. That was this act. The world as you've been presented, that history, yeah, it had to be fake. Of course. Not to torture you, just so your ego mind wouldn't break. All right? I said, well, why can't I just go see the face of God, So just told me right there, you destroyed. Your body is not steel. It's not healed. It's not built. That's what this whole life was for, to each experience. You would grow, right? You're still incubating, still growing. So allow that in your mind, that the Leviathan was the thing that cannot be overcome. But your life was not. That was the test. If you would fall for it, the tombstone. Every pizza company, Domino, what happens to those? We know where the dual world goes, right? Domino. What were the other ones? Tombstone Pizza. There's anybody who's serving pizza from the corporate. That's just to find your clues. Get your Z's out of your Pia matter. Out where they belong. They need to be, right? On the piazza. So you can have some pleasure here for a change. That's the next phase of your life. To not be late. God has a tricky sense of humor, man. It's wicked. Just wicked, wicked. But what's true, what's true? How do we know this guy's a free man? No, you are supposed to be a free mother's son. That was for you. But you had to learn your lessons. So it gave you a play to watch for a while. But it has to come to an end. So you'd be either re-rocked again or you graduate. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard, like questions. Right, Ken. Yeah, Bluebeam is for kid. Blu-ray. Oh, that's new. At this point in the game, you think you're an adult. You are, well, you've been adulted, but what's the real layer of this creation? You already know that's magic down here, but when you realize that you're your reflection, that's what you're watching here, then this place improves and the vibration rises, right, from the 783 coming up. But the only way that can happen, not out there, 7/8s aren't going to, that's not their job, it's yours. To allow that tune in. So your heart is pure love, it doesn't fear. So we'll, there's going to be like, public demonstration, right? The 4D world. Every time you see D in a word, that's the D dimension here. So you don't want to be demented. Your mind's, it's for the D's, So put this message in the media. Because you see, it's all coordinated. Come at you from every angle. All your senses. But it has to have your approval. That's why it's all voluntary. The 14th Amendment, right? That's the 14th. A part of Osiris that got scattered. The pen is the writer. We just haven't. We had to prove ourselves. Take over the wheel. Because we might have been breaking the law, and it's just not possible to where this is going. That's what makes it golden. because you see the life in everything. That's you. You're the same. We forgot that down here. But kudos to you for taking on this challenge. It's the ultimate Sherlock Holmes movie. You know, oh, virtual reality. I wonder where that came from. You have to worry about that. You're already in it. You already invented that part of your test. Right, for you. Like, shit, these people are really losing the thread, you know? Well, how about, Alexa? So God put that into their thread. We'll just have this computer telling them stuff. Is it going to scare you? Well, that's the child's test. Are they afraid of their own shadow? That's what COVID is. COVID, that's our symbol now. That's ours, because we know what it means. Look where you see it. There's a COVID test to get in. 100,000 people together is a powerful force. But if they don't know what they do, it's going to break that up, of course. You want 100,000 people in the horseshoe, it wasn't just to stop you, it was to remind you. That's why you went to that game, because you liked the fellowship of your fellow man. But you were all children, for you knew not what you watched. You did not do it in its glory. The glory in you. You thought you were worried about that team. That's a sim show. Through and through. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. That's what I said. If you still have anything that's you're scaring you, that's the time for your Yoda to seek it out. Stay home with your scrolls, you know. Fine. Allow that to marinate, you know. Nothing happens here instantaneously. It's a lucid dreams where we're going, but here things happen slowly, but you're still a master manifester. You manifest whatever you want. You just don't know it. But you got to be responsible enough to take that on, take that over. So it's going to test. COVID test. Your 19th vertebrae. See what's in there. Can it handle it? Just love? No fear? That's the only question there really is. Seek what that is and what's holding you from that. That's what I'm doing. Everything that comes out of your mouth, listen to it from your higher level. Because that's your message. That's the sim show is the same. What is you think you want something from someone? What is it? Because that's what you really want. You're just seeing it out there. We project what we want onto other people. See what happens. So really listen to it. Why are you posting yet another? You're showing the sim, you're taking the sim show, and you're scaring your brother. You're scaring yourself because you're afraid, and you think if they're afraid, then something's better. What's better? I'm gonna set you free from that. You can get that the ZZ Top show, right? What's on top? ZZ's? Or are you on top? You're chambered. Yeah. My father's mansion's rooms, man. Clean those motherfuckers, you know. So that's all you gotta do. Or not all, but just set your mind for it. Now you know it. Now you have it. You got the clue. You got the key. Right? It's right there. The Vatican. Oh, it's in the shape of a key. I wonder what that could mean. What would you do to leave that there for the you now to figure out the sound, right? Secret cabal. Yeah, it is secret to you because you're a child and you don't know you forgot where you came from. And what you made. And what you're missing now is the fellowship. You're on the citizenship. Following all of that shit. Because you're breaking the law. I don't know, I just riff on this stuff all day. It's like an endless radio stream, you know. So just pay attention to your, your captain. What's it interested in? What are you posting? Just re-ask that question. That's the energy that's coming in. It's giving you new eyes, right? The one eye is now coming through you to heal itself, with what you're a part of. You know, go up, look at the whole Earth. All the flat earthers, it's like, man, there's water around us. Is that even possible? That's child's. Just go up and look down at what you made through the sounds, the colors. You know, take your on and go see some other part. Take a break. This is the vaca, the real vaca scene. That's the real vaccine. Just to, change the scenery of the cow, the bull, the Taurus. That's for us. Those are clues for us. To not be two-minded, right? The right hand, the right brain is disconnected from the left. Doesn't know what the left hand's doing, but it does, because it's all seeing eyes. That's what it's doing. So yeah, they might have us, in little cages in the software testing us. It's just trying to pull out of us. Right down. If you're still afraid of that, well, you designed it to make sure you couldn't fail. I mean, that blew my mind. I looked back through my timeline and trying to find a meme or something. But every single click I made on just Facebook was recorded. Every second. Why is the second, so important? The S, the essence, the snake. That's your serpent. Your awareness, right? Comes in with the body. That's ST. So that's the street. The way. But what's driving that serpent? Because you need the all-seeing eye there to guide it. So now you have your two serpents, but now they're mirror serpents. So you're not in the desert, you're in the desert. So yeah, just practice looking at yourself in its other forms, and you feel it. You're like, wow, If you can't do that right there, that's where you need to start. Build it. Because what's going to be revealed is, that it's us. It's our will. The will. Will's every part of speech in our language. That means it's important. So what will, if you're the will, are you William the gatekeeper? Oh, he's stopping me from what we're really doing. And now, see what they're doing. Why? Is it separate from you? Is the United Nations really separate from you and where you want to go? Did they just have to lead us all up here to take over our show as man? Go back to Eden? I thought it must have been so long ago. That's not even possible now. Each scenario or iteration that this goes, it's like that's for the child to first be exposed to it. That why is it 2,000 years ago that it's a dual world? Thousands, there's reasons for all that. Because a child couldn't think about that. Yeah, it's going to traumatize them. Like, Jesus got crossed. It's the first test of fear. But now you know. So the whole history, all the dark ages, the Black Plague, and that's because think about it, when you got first learned about all this stuff. You first learned about racial slavery. What did you really know? That wasn't being shown, right? So it's just our history, our minds that we're taking to play this game now. So I was like, man, that's fucked up, man. Thinking I'm a white kid and it's black people. Always keep the black man down, But then the man comes around. Always comes around. So this transition's part of the play. Find your transmission. One more thing on that. So yeah, like they're trying to piece together the history of what really happened. It's still in the 7/8 show. It'll drive you crazy because it doesn't make any sense. It's not what it's for. It was just to provide a chamber that you could, wouldn't blow your mind, right? Like, oh, this is eternal. We're actually just back here, time traveling, reliving a part of our collective thread. Coat, you know, it's a cloak. Dream weavers. We're dreaming this world. We want to change it. And God, which is us, you know, arranged it for us, for itself, to enjoy it and heal it. Because all the cries, you know, those go up somewhere. It's all recorded. So we just keep making our waves, sound frequencies. The music's coming back, the rhythm and everything. All these words are just kind of the same, you know. Oh no, that word, it's feel it. It wasn't to punish you, trap you with the language. Go spell. Well, it's telling you, go spell. Go be your spell. You know, just turn it around one more time. Now we have 20/20 vision. We know that we're looking in a mirror here. Well, that's because there's a third one. So now we can operate from that one. What do we want the 8/7s to do? You know, I think about it sometimes. It's kind of fun. Like, take away what they really want, so they'll really look. But they have us now to whisper in there and tell them. That's what it's for. Because they need to introspect. All the people just wanting to go back to normal, you know. I mean, obviously, right? Like, everything we thought was separate out there, it's all connected. There's no movie stars speaking up because they know. It's our turn to take over the show. We've been shown enough to get it. It's only, you know, the mother is inhaling, exhaling all these frequencies. I saw it once from like, man, it's, you know, like a watch, all the little wheels together, and it took me like real close to it. So I was just one wheel moving another wheel, and then, you know, then there's a bunch of other little wheels, and then it went way up high, and it was like, I mean, it's wow. I came in one time from a dream. I was just flying, you know. Came back in here to Earth. I saw it's just all like the sun, and then on the sun I could see all the little vibrations, and I realized that those were all conversations of me going on. So I kept on coming down, and I was like, started trying to go over to find one, tune in on one, see what they were saying, and I got grabbed, you know, put back in my body. I was like, oh, so I was going through some like busyness, right? The kids and the buzzes, what do they put them in? Black and yellow buzzes, like bees. What do they serve the queen? That's why the queen is, you know, they haven't ever put a king up there, because there is no king. It's for the king. They're all taking their positions. Are we? Are you taking your positions? From giving you a clue, a cue? Oh, you know, my queen. Well, there was one more thing coming. Kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Seventh heaven is coming here. This is part of the cycle. You know, might be a messy transition, but well, part of the learning. God wants to learn how it's working with his children. Your step-parents are the Sims. To step you up to the real mother and father. The real one. You rented your parents down here to come in here. Well, your part of your golden thread. It was shaped you, chambered. You know, you resonated with but you made all that. Every cell, right? Divided to the next cell. None of your cells need anything from samadhi, because you were made perfect from the spirit to your energy body, right? So watch your interactions with samadhi. It said, yeah, you enjoy it, the good parts, right? It's a beautiful projection. Beaches and lake, that's why all the things are like, you know, you don't get that, because you care about that. That's the real mother. Stay home, right? Until you can prove yourself that you're worthy of it. If you're going to go to Walmart, and maybe that's where they want the ones that worship Babylon, right? You worship Mammon, not the real one. It doesn't want you to, like, it's not a punishment. God wants to have fun. He wants to help itself out in you, so you remember. So then it starts to make sense. Look at the hours of the curfews. Why those hours? It doesn't make sense. What's going on at night? For you to cover you. And then you're allowed to go out to do what during the day? Essential? What's essential? What are the essence? Did they need samadhi? The stuff of Babylon? So everything you think's happening out there, if you're getting stressed and like, oh, government, that's your test. And I'm here to help you through that test. So you just have to review it. But see what it's really for. From your higher perspective. You're not a child anymore. Right? Draga. Dragon. My brother. Draga and me would be at the Cornell party, fraternity party. Cute girls, not too many at Cornell, there weren't. You know. It's like, man, I was like, man, we'd always just find ourselves in a corner just talking to each other. Because that was more interesting than the party, right? Just out partying. Well, you're getting lost down in Samadhi. You went out your father's back door. You left the mansion and went down your Vegas nerve. Vegas, and you get distracted. So the people in your life, like, so when you meet someone, you're like, man, it seems like I've known them forever, because you have. You're part of the soul cluster that got, scattered. It's not a bad thing. It's just a game. It's to find itself again. It's going to be through YouTube or Facebook, because it's all about the faces. That was all for a purpose. And you could have all your toys back, but now they're going to be representations of the glory, right? That's all it is. The things you thought they were actually just being distracted, right? Because there were laws being broken there against yourself. So yeah, we left and we threw away the key so we could find the key. What's the key, right? This is the key. There's only one law. And heal the you that's in others around you, because that's the will. That's what needs healed. So when the vibration comes, you can't go in there with your bullshit baggage, emotional baggage. This is the time for that to bring out. So go home, look within. It's not that boring Bible anymore. Doesn't make any sense, right? You're gonna have me. There's gonna be other people as this builds. They're just teaching what all that meant. This was what they call it, well, incubation, but it's buffering. It's your video. It's buffering right now, so you can get shine. So you'll be astonished, because you knew all the time that this wasn't all there is. All that will be revealed. Be excited. But I am. I was scared for a while. I was scared of my fellow man. I think that might be the last astonishment, that the fellow man you thought was just there to make sure that you were there, right up next to you. That's cool. It has to. Test. I mean, it's kind of sloppy right now. I'm like, man, can't know those 8s and 7s do, But your mind, your God is creating that, It's, but you'll be protected because you're not afraid. It's a show. It's just a shadow. So we can enjoy the shadow ride now, and we can guide it. We can tell the 8s and 7s what they need, because they're reading us. It's all connected through us. The 1C9. It's on some cards and stuff, but that's. So what do we want to see next? How do we really reach these people? That's what I'm asking right now. So I guess I'll let you know what comes in. The dog. Power to dog. Dog is God in reverse. Yeah, it's telling you. God is in a dog. Same as in you. It's your child's lesson. dog God. You think they'll get it? That even the dog is God? If you abuse it, you're abusing yourself, you're breaking the law. You know, we'll see if they get it. The good creator mother. Yeah, I haven't talked about mother much. God is dog in reverse. Please answer me. Yeah, it's God looking at himself through a dog. For you to take in as a pet, that was encouraged. Because people love their pets more than they love their fellow man. Because the man is breaking the law. Dogs can't really break the law, a little bit, but they don't have the ability to go out and out of itself like we do. We just haven't been using it. We're just down here taking this all for granted, right? That this is all there is. The phases of development, you mentioned the one when the child, you can see that there's other children out there. It knows it's separate at 3, but there are others that come in too, all down through the whole 9. Just the age of the child is the lowest mortality rate here on the plane. It's telling you that 9, the master number, you know, and 18, you know, but at 8 years old is when you get guile. Now you can start to be you're inflicting pain on someone else, right? Like, and you do it purposefully at 8. Like really, like that's premeditated. You know, that's why it's so important in the legal system. Was it premeditated, or you know, that's important. So pay attention to where you plant your thoughts. To be the guardian of what comes out of your mouth. That comes from your heart, your feelings, and it's all connected and reflected, right? Use the right word. What's the right word for what? The God. God. The is the thought. That's the generation of what's down here in the D through the whole rings. Boom. There's no right word. They argued forever in the 8-7. Yeshua did that. Because you think all that happened. As a child that thinks that these are like, well, back in history, as a child, you can only have that argument, right? We talked about the argument. You're going to be hooked and go, right back to where you started, your mind. It's argument. Nobody will have the right word for it. There's no word. It's the ineffable. You can't be spoken. There's no words for it. Words are for us down here. Ant world. 3D world. We need words to communicate because we don't have we haven't remembered how the energy communicate just through telepathically. That's all here. It's like all magic. There's nothing that's magic is just we don't remember yet. But would you limit the capacity of your creator's ability? Your creator, this is dual world. It's the test. Your creator is, it's not over there and not over here. Here, this is all of it. It's like you're on a pupil. The fractals, well, the earth is the, planet, that's the iris. The pupil is the teacher, or the student, the black hole. You can't go to the North Pole, huh? What is it, really? There's 4 islands, and the black pole has the 4 chambers, the head. So the earth is, or the realm is an egg, incubated. It's kids till it's ready. That's us. But we're getting ready now. It's, the horror show where the little kid, I was crying. The guy pulled off his monster mask. Showed me it was real. Well, it wasn't real. But I was still crying. They didn't know what to do. Probably that was because I was being traumatized. They thought we were having fun. I still kept crying. So I was on motor lock. I was like, what is that? But when you get the realizations come, man, just let those tears flow. That's the flood. It's the anointing coming through to wash away the sins. So we can shine anew. That's a new world order. That's us shining through. It'll be here on Facebook to build. Because that's all we can really do. Because we will not go away until we change it. A projection. Because as children become man, they don't need those things. I was like, well, if they really hold on to their child world, well, they get it. Uh-huh. And it'll be an even more, but we can stop all that too, right? So it'll be real obvious, and we just keep getting the more clues for them. All the stuff in the media now, we can read it, you can interpret it, you don't have to emotionally react to it anymore. Look at it for what it is and what it's really for. So we'll set up our own COVID-19 checkpoints, because yeah, it is. It's guarding the gate to the transition. So a beautiful word for a dog. Use a beautiful word. There's a lot of vowels in that. Beautiful. B-U. Tower. Is it full? Is your tower full? Are you full? There's no magic word here. It's ill here because the eye is outside. We're watching the energy show. The cathedral, the energy, we think it's out there. And our God particle is watching that show. That's why it's ill. That's why Eve is ill. Mother Creator, Father Time, Kronos and Sophia. It's many names. They had to take all the cultures and put a few in there, so you can take any of them. They're all the same. They're all descended from the same bit, right? Whatever. The mind. There's one mind that dreams all of this, and it's in you, in everything. It's all its creations to enjoy themselves. Whatever you want to call that, I don't know. I'll ask. Is there a word here for this culture and this time that they'll get with? But it's not on the 7-8 show. It's somewhere else. I'll ask. I will ask it. What do you want me to? What is the right word? I don't know. You know it yourself. Because you know you're in you. What is that? Who are you? Who made who? They're saying it, screaming at you from the classic rock songs, right? See what's on the 96.3 radio station. You'll probably find something there. Enjoy those songs, man. They were written for you, by you. I said, you have the copyright permission. Bitch, I wrote that song for me, for this moment. And I know that. And then the system responds. Like someone, AC/DC were some regular guys in Australia, and they made up these songs. Yeah, that'll work for the children. We'll go with that one. Boom. That was your incubation. That wasn't it. The whole show. Like, I like to listen to rock music when I was in high school, but I grew up and no, you didn't. No. You might have tricked yourself, took the bait. But that was just the first time of many, many times until you could get it. Till you got your ears and your eyes, your real senses. Anything's possible now. Like, so be open to it. It's amazing. It's incredible. Let's see. Personal power. That's all that Don Juan used to say on personal power. No sex. Psychic vampires away. Right words. Mother Creator. What's a vampire after? Your empire? Fire? Who invited them in? They playing on your stage? Is your psychic energy being taken away? Who's allowing that? It's not in your power? That's what you're basically saying if you're afraid of something. Are they out there? Yeah. I talked yesterday about the I'll go whole. But it's your deeds, the way you do. The deeds. That's what counts. Don't punish yourself by forcing, I'm just not going to drink. And I did that, and I got lonely, man. But it was to get it under control. There's entities, all kinds of energy beings. It's up to you to have discernment for what you let into your temple, if you allow it there. If you believe there's a psychic vampire coming after you, then it is. You think you need a government out there to tell you what? There it is. Nobody coming at me. Come at me, bro. That's what it means. I never wanted to be out there before because I didn't have it. Hadn't got here yet. Just waiting on it. But I said, well, if I get it, then what do I do? It's like you have to do it. You have to speak on it. So I just went back. I had a horrible fear of public talking, right? Oration. 10th grade. Oh man. Or the class. We'll just go around and have everyone introduce. I got that feeling. The talking small classes. It's like, who's talking? It's just the people that just want to hear themselves talk. They liked hearing themselves talk. They weren't even saying anything. I was like, So they can just talk for pleasure because they enjoy talking. And even in anthropology, I was like, it's the worst. To get up there on the stage and speak. I drink alcohol to calm my nerves to go speak. That's why if you enjoy that part about alcohol, because it loosens the tongue, then you get some social interaction, some face-to-face, eye-on, then it's a good thing. You keep drinking, trying to chase that, and then you do something bad, then it's a bad thing. It's not the alcohol. It's what you permitted into your temple, and how that your actions. If alcohol exacerbating that, then address that. But there's nothing out there that's going to correct what's in here. Just because you're the fucking Bodhi, the original, right? This is spirit and your energy. Now you get your body to have some fun. Or experience, right? All life. Sex, it's meant to be enjoyed. But that's you not guarding your children from the sexualization. That's what Disney does. It's to see if it's telling you there's no parent home here taking care of the child. All the sex roles and it was part of the test. See if you could overcome it. I used to think that was the only thing going in life. And I was like, man, I just want some pussy, man, just chasing it. I was pretty good at it. Fun, chase, like hunt. But none of that was pure. Couldn't have been. I was just a child. Going from a child's mind. Experience the world. It come through me, like, because the orgasm is, it's an interesting word. But my higher self would see myself with my hips up in the air, and after that moment, I was like, you're getting played, brother. My higher self was like, so I felt that. So I just kept playing, and, I think it was the Book of Enoch. I was reading it, driving across the country once again. I've probably driven across the country more than anyone I can ever imagine, except maybe a truck driver, but, every hair on your head, pine trees, it knows that the pine cones, leaves fall every 3 years, but the evergreen, but it replaces itself, the leaves every 3 years. I was like, oh, that's a higher intelligence. I better start paying attention to this. That was the moment I stopped being addicted to just that game. It took me that long. So I was like, man, that's not all your life. That was just a part of your life for your song that you can now write. Keep using God, and you show you don't under. Where do you stand? Where are you standing under right now? Who's telling you what word is the right word? That's what children do. Because they don't know. They're looking for it in the show. You never find it there. It's frequency. It's the mind of frequency. How about that? Is that what you are? Yeah. You running your frequency show? Yeah. It operates through electromagnetism, right? So I don't know. So you having something come out of you, Andre. Examine that. You want someone else out there to do something that you want to do for yourself. The right word of God. You want to use the right word for God. That's what you're asking. I mean, the one that was given was probably pretty good. Like, God's not here to punish his children. He's leaving you clues on the set for you to find it. So you can do it. That's what's in your heart that wants to jump out, Yeah, it would test you for sure until you really have it. There's no one walking around like, oh, I'm just going to go to church and everything's going to be perfect. Never happens. Has that happened yet? But if you do what I do, then we can both be, then you just go around and start judging people because now you think they're separate from you. Is that what God does? Is that the real God? Would you design that for yourself? It's part of the show, like, whatever. Oh, they're sexed. They're called sex, religious sex. Sexed. It's a section on the set. This has all been a big set for you. Yeah, I don't have. All I'm telling you is that's what it's telling me. Find out where you're breaking the law. That's what this is all about, because God doesn't like to see its creations destroy themselves. You learn that in your Old Testament of your body through all these dreams that you dreamed all the way down here. You had to test it out. I was shown all those stages. The New Testament is what we're doing now, because it's new. That's a new. Oh, a new world order. A new. That's what God is coming to show us, the real orders. But it comes through that's where only place anything can come. Not through the cartoon stage, shadows on the wall. So there's no more. That's gone. Right? But you didn't read this book. You don't have this piece of the puzzle. It's all part of they're all just clues for the real puzzle. To become the true living man. God does not bossed around. It just had to put someone to step in for it until it was ready. Right? So that's what it's asking. That's what COVID-19 is. For you to think. Do you have the golden fleece in the C-19? I think everything here living does. Even the Sims. They want this too. Trust me. So how do you open the eyes of a child? How do you do it if you're a parent? To get them to smile. What you're doing there is what it's doing to you. It's fractal. That's what it wants you to think about. That's why it wants you to stay home and think. Look within. The solution was never in the samadhi. Has it worked so far? Of course not. That's by design. Intelligent design. Oh, I love all you guys. Andre, who was my biggest fan? I guess he says you discreet when you point fingers. Who the fuck you think you? That's what God is asking you to do. Right there. There's your lesson. To stand up in righteous indignity. Everyone has that. It's like, this is bullshit. But all you can yell at right now is the government. To get you to catch on that's why it's happening. Because your government is not home. So if you want to yell at me and point fingers, I'm your fellow brother, tapping you on the shoulder, giving you a hint. The government's never going to stop torturing you. That's what it's for you to step up. It's part of the grand desire. You know, if you can get offended at this point, then that's your lesson. What's offending you is offending it. We already have all the answers to our questions. They come right off past our lips. We just think it's for something out there to improve because we want to improve, or they're doing something wrong. That's you doing you, observing you doing the you that you want to correct. So we're here to correct the heart and erect a heart from the heart, not all this fear and bullshit that we see in this world. It was just time for it, so we could work out the kinks, so we could identify the source of the problem. That's God being its own doctor of this creation. You know, it's 873 this one until it's ready. No, argue about. Fuck. See, all I got is love for you, man. I got love for you. At least you were asking. Keep using God. You don't want to understand anything. At least understand. Just stand. How about that? Just stand first. Can you just do that? Motherfucker. Right? You don't have to do anything. Accept that. So, yeah, whatever. Just keep watching the news. Don't be an asshole. You're being an asshole. You're the original asshole. Because you don't want to be an asshole. You want to help by doing something, but the child can only know so much. We wouldn't be here asking these questions, calling people assholes if we weren't children. That's where you do it, here. But we're tuning up. Tuning up on out of here. But you're responsible for where you are and who's around you. You know, I've asked that many times. Like, is there a better place to go and do this? And no, it's right there. That's your rock, Gibraltar's rock in your temple. That's all that can start. It's the only place that it could be. See, if you're cussing, you know, use the right word. That's my fucking point. You're the fuck king. Yeah, the fourth. For the king. That's the fourth consonant, right? It's your fuck king coming in. I can't do that for you. Because I'm not your fucking king. That's yours and you. So we can meet on the level, right? Freemasons will meet on the level. You know, like, oh, is that flat earth? No, it's Eve. The Mother Earth is inside of the energy towers. That's level. Palindrome. It was just a clue for us. Yeah, you don't be telling people you should. That's just you for you. That's your message for you. Well, you should. That's you. Just do that. Be that. Be the example of that. Embody it. This is the hour for that. Arguments for children. I just don't want to miss. My sister told me not to miss anybody's questions. Chad Bayless, hey buddy, right? Like, oh, that was just in my childhood. I don't think I'll ever see them again. Oh, guess what? Facebook, right? It's awesome. It's awesome. Celia. Yeah, I don't. You know, watching. We're all. It's to see the faces. It's fascia. Facial nerve. So yeah, it's kind of, I guess, that's like, man, I don't want to be one of those preachers, right? But it's like, well, what did they use on us? Repetition. So that's our clue. That's how we reach back, because that works. They've already shown us the techniques that work for mind control. Because God's the Hegelian original, power, problem, reaction, solution. But we're just not seeing it because we're just children right here. So it's showing us the tools. So yeah, of course they would use of course, because it works. Wrong button. Notice now that you know that how the technology works for you. Uh, am I worried about YouTube censoring me when I know that it was put here for me, through me, by me, to use for this purpose? If this was the wrong thing to do, I think, something, but is it really something preventing the real Jew from coming through? So if that's happening to you in some area, that is a reason. And it's now time for you to take that clue and realize that it's a bigger part of the question. So go up and look and say, oh yeah, that would make sense, If I was God and I had these children and I had to put a play on for them, think about how you would go about that. Because you're doing that in your life with your children already. It's just you're doing it from a child. That's the clue to the big set. And we've been waiting for it for a while, right? Man. So great. Oh yeah. Love, just get used to the love. Just do that. That's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm doing. Well, yeah. Why not? Move out here on the plane at some point, but it just hasn't told me to do that yet. Like, this is the hollows. God's working right now. So it'll come down to people like, man, that was pretty stupid, because you got spooked. The shadows spooked you, took over your life, that quick, that easy, over nothing. So it's powerful. Now's the time for you to sit with that in the hollow spaces, so you can get control of your mind again. So when they try that stuff again, you'll know what it is now. It's your God trying to wake the child up, see if it's afraid. I always say test, but it's just a honing. It's not like something that's out of your control, because you're the God. You have your own revelations and all those books that you're going through. Is there going to be a flood to take away everybody? That's your head. That's your journey. This is the projection. There's enough of us here that have been sold, the cluster. That's what it's going on. It's finding itself again. That's the game. It's the golden cup. Yeah, so it's all the cups, all that stuff. This is the cup. That's the Ark of the Covenant. Oh, I think that's in Ethiopia. No. Those are children's stories to warm you up, to prepare you, get you prepped. Isn't that what you do in your life? You get prepped. You warm up before you play the game. That's what this is about. Prepping. The truth is out there, right? Like, share this message with whoever your guru is. See how that, we got the tools now. Just start small, practicing. Right? So the man is coming. The man always comes around. It's in the songs. Love everybody. All right, I'll let you free. I was like, yeah, if you're hearing something good, it's because you're not watching the numbers. Like, I watch the TV shows in there, or the Netflix. I've watched enough now. I got it. But I would just watch the numbers. When's this going to be over? Thank God it keeps moving. I was just getting the rhythm. And I start hearing the dialogue, right? What's that? It's God talking to itself. Dia. Back and forth with the numbers. And that clicked in my head. Thank God it keeps moving. I wonder if I could slow it down. Like, how would you do that, man? I don't know. What would you do? I don't know. Would you... And then I could take what was 1 second on that tachometer, right? Tick-tock, right on time. What's TikTok about? It's right on time. But I could turn the 1 to 3. 3 seconds for that part. That the one that's tuned in here to this clock. There's a one up. There's different vantage points. Let's just say that. So slow it down. Don't be in a hurry. Those days are over. That's part of the story. Enjoy the time. to get the mission. That's how we built this. All right, we'll try to take a break, but just non-stop. Love everyone. Now just go test it. Go forth. The sun. I forgot about it. Got disconnected from nature. That's our original tuning fork. But we deal with the Babylon shadows first. What's right around you in your immediate surroundings? That's where you start. Your community. Some crazy actors come around, I don't know. Whatever. Stay in your home, in your dome. Look in your neighbor like, hey, tell them what's going on. Right? That's a calm message. Be the eye of the storm. That's where I'd want to be. So that's where we're going to be for the other children until they wake up. That's what we're here to help them. You're hearing this. That's for you to help them. We're all children. Older and younger. The whole play here is for children. Right? Lose that programming. And what's next? Get healthy and enjoy life and nature without having to worry about being the original helicopter parent is God. That's what it's doing through the government. It's like, God damn it, can't you get it? Yeah, that's what it wants. What's your COVID? See if you have it, but now you're telling what it is. Are you still afraid and scaring other children? Well, you need to go back with the children. This should be a stone that the builder refused. Gotta go watch more TV until you're ready. But I think it feels like we're ready. I know I am. It was a good test. I mean, it's awesome. Best video game I've ever played. Life. Best game of life. Oh, it's for kids. No, that's you, motherfucker. You're still a child. Well, my business. That's serious. No, that's a game. It's a game. See if you pick up the real. You put yourself above someone else, and it may hurt them. That's breaking the law. Because you are them. So be subtle. Trace it all down through your tracks. That's why you're on the train or the rails. Yeah. So we got to set our sails, the winds in our head, to enjoy the show. As men, I don't want anybody but man around me. Keep correcting them. What we will see is amazing. Wow. But let's get through this testing. No fear. Fear of love. That's what Bill Hicks said before he turned into Alex Jones. Tell you again. In a different one. Alright, I'm out. Love, love, love. Faces. Get them faces up there. Facials. Right? Because we're looking through all that. The covering. We're looking for that. The fleece. That's you. You or me. I am you. Namaste. Alright. Love.